From the front line of truth, where courage meets convictions, this is The Conservative Viewpoint.
Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, your nightly beacon of truth and a world shrouded in shadow. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative, and tonight we are diving deep into the seismic shift that has redefined America over the past decade. Remember that iconic moment 10 years ago when a certain escalator ride descended not just a man, but an entire movement into the heart of American politics. They laughed, the so-called expert, and the mainstream media dismissed it as a sideshow. But what they didn't understand, we understood, was that it was the opening salvo in a war for the soul of our nation. The golden escalator wasn't just a prop. It was a symbol of truth teller, unafraid to challenge the entrenched powers, to rip back the curtain on the carefully constructed illusion of Washington, D.C. and the complicit fake news media. For years, they fed us narratives, spoon-fed us lies, and told us what to think. But that moment, that single audacious moment, ignited a spark of defiance across this country. It began to expose the deep state corruption, the self-serving agendas, and the utter contempt they held and still do for the American people. And what that exposure has revealed is a far more horrifying than many dare to imagine. We are living in a time where the unthinkable has become undeniable. Child trafficking, once whispered about in hushed tones, has exploded into an epidemic, a monstrous strain on our society that demands our immediate and unwavering attention. This isn't just a crime, it's a war on the most innocent, and we, the people, must be the ones to stop it. Tonight, we'll connect the dots, expose the threads that link the political establishment, the media gatekeepers, and the dark forces preying on our children. We'll talk about how the pivotal moment a decade ago in boldness to demand accountability, to seek justice, and to fight for a future where truth prevails and our children are safe. All this and so much more on tonight's edition of the Conservative Viewpoint. Stay tuned and stay with us because the show begins now. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another early edition of the Conservative Viewpoint. I kind of feel out of it with Vic being down in the dumps and seeing she's, I guess you could say she's feeling better, but she's got to take it easy. And I feel out of it because I'm usually watching her from 7 to 8, and then I get on and listen from 8 to 9 while I'm setting up my show. Well, I'm bored now that she's not here. We got to get her back, but she needs to take her time and relax and come back when she's ready. And still give her your wishes, guys, until she does get back on here. Once we get back on here and get back into our routine, I'll be happy. But I'm just happy that she's home and relaxing. I hope she's relaxing and hope to see her soon. That's for sure. We definitely all miss her. I guarantee you that. So let's give some shout outs here, guys. We got Rumble going. We've got Getter over here. We've got Kick. We've got Facebook. We still got YouTube. We got Twitch. We got Kick. I said that. And we got Cloud Hub. which I'm hoping they're able to watch because they're saying they're able to watch it through Rumble. I don't know if it's happening or not. But we've got the one, the only Wimpkin. WIMKIN.com, guys. If you haven't done it yet, please download it. And download the app. Join us in chat. Join us, man. You guys will have a blast in chat. I know it's all early, guys, but I'm gonna do this when I'm bored. If when she comes back, we'll get back to normal. And I had to push some stuff off, so I come down here and do it so I can watch Vic and stuff. But she's got to chill and get back to when she's ready for it. Not just because. She got to be ready to come back. So, all right, guys, let's give some shout-outs and get her over here. We've got Sean. We got Shell. What's going on, guys? What is happening, everyone? All right. And we have got the Wimpkin Warriors over today. I'm doing good, Shell. How are you tonight? We've got John M. in there. We got Colin from Scotland, and we got Tammy, Texas Tammy in there right now because nobody knows that I'm coming in early. And I just decided to get in at the last minute and rush down here and try to put stuff together and put it out there. And I got an X in there, and they'll be coming in slow too. But I put it out there just like an hour ago, if that. And I still have on my ad at 9 o'clock because that's my time. That is my normal time. This is just an early edition for now until Vic gets back and we can get moving again. So, but we do got a lot going on, guys. And I threw some stuff together about Los Angeles here that I'm going to just throw out there real night because the people running that place are idiots. There is no, that's great, Shell. There's no other way about it. They're idiots. Hey, Mark. Mark is from the UK. We got both of them, Colin and Mark, from way, way out. Yeah, they're 6 hours difference, guys. That's crazy, isn't it? You got to appreciate these guys. They tune in almost every night. You can't beat it. I appreciate it. I know that, guys. Oh, Beerback Rose, what's happening, man? Over in Getter. Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone in here. Kick, don't forget you guys can talk in chat. You can say hi so we can put it. Hey, Jeff. Texas Jeff's in the house too now, guys. We got things going crazy. All right. Kick, don't forget you can say hi in chat. Just pick up the little keyboard there and type hi. H-I. It's just 2 buttons. Hi. And that's the way I know that you're in there. And I can see you and I can say hi to you. I like to talk to everyone that comes in if I can, unless it gets too busy like last night was off the chain, wasn't it? We ended up with 2,500 total, and to 2,100 it was in Getter. It was like almost close to 2,100 or something like that. Oh, Lee, what up, Lee? What's happening, man? It was off the hook, guys. Yeah, and I wish we could do that every night. I know it ain't going to happen every night, but for last night was awesome. We had a great chat going on both sides, and it was great. So make sure you guys say hi. Oh, and where the heck did I put it? Remember the drawing, it's coming up this week, and you'll never know. But don't forget, if you have not got your name in yet for the drawing, make sure you send it to me, conservativeviewpoint@yahoo.com. Here, I finally got a picture of what is in the giveaway this week. Remember, I told you it's this emergency kit right here? Now, you see how small this is, right, guys? My hand can cover it. Okay? I do got big hand, fat hand. But they shoved all this into that little box. It is what you're getting on this week's giveaway right here. Look at this. I do not know how they fit all that in, but I was able to get a picture of it. This is not, I didn't take the stuff apart. I keep everything in the wrapper and make sure that, but this is when I ordered it and it shows me what's in it. And it's like, how the hell did they fit that in this little box? Oh yeah. So that's what you look forward to in tonight's, or not tonight's, sorry. No, it's in within the next 3 nights. So make sure I still have an AOL account. Oh, that's pretty good there, Beerback Roads. If you want your name in for the drawing, get it in. Conservative Viewpoint at yahoo.com. Send me a message, whatever. Get it in so I can put your name in the hat so you get a chance to win. Everybody's a winner here at the Conservative Viewpoint because it's not a participation. Well, I guess it is a participation trophy. That's the only rule I have. You have to be watching the show to win. If you're not watching when I call your name, you don't win. You go back in the hat for another day or another week, whatever. Mr. Fixer, what's happening, Fix? So make sure you get your names in, guys. Conservative Viewpoint at yahoo.com. Let me put my banner up. It's down in the ticker down there. So make sure you get going, guys. So let's get busy. People are rocking in already. And hey, Gabby girl, they're rocking in. So let's go ahead and get busy with this. We got Los Angeles Mayor Bass, the sweetheart that she is, lifts downtown curfew as rioting subsides. Oh, yeah. Isn't that so nice of her? Oh, yeah. She's an idiot. Trump just got sued by Gavin Newsom. Who gives a shit? He's going to lose it. Gavin Newsom is suing him because of the National Guard. Well, guess what? Trump has total and full authority over the military, be it National Guard or not. Newsom just likes wasting taxpayers' money. All right, here's another one out of California, guys. You'll get a kick out of this one, or you'll get pissed off because I did. And make sure I got everybody up. Okay, before I walk out. ICE agents could be banned from wearing masks under new proposal. This comes out of California. The California, of course, Democrats are looking to stop local police officers and federal agents from wearing face masks or coverings while carrying out operations in the state. A move is leading Republicans told Newsweek that just scored political brownie points. The No Secret Police Act was introduced by Democrats in the state Senate on Monday, following criticism that the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents are trying to hide their identities while out raids in Los Angeles. Don't they understand this is what happens when they go undercover and stuff? They cannot release their identities. And are you going to make these criminal rioters take their mask off and not wear a mask like COVID's still going on and they're just trying to hide their face so they can avoid jail time from committing these crimes, you piece of shit, Newsom? No, you're not going to do that, are you? But this is what these pathetic Democrats are trying to do to the people that are trying to protect this country and get the illegal criminals the hell out of here. Exactly, Jeff. ICE agents don't work for California. They are a federal agency. You might be able to make your own police do it. You can't make federal agents do it. So kiss our ass, new scum. There's Jerry Kruger. Oh, I love this. The Great Seal of the State of California. And it's got Chewbacca shitting on his curb. That's what it's about. But the public is completely covered. Exactly, Shell. Cum scum is what I call him. I like that one, Beerback Roads. That's a good one. So protesters shouldn't have masks either. Exactly, Lee. They all have to remove masks, but you cannot tell a federal agent they cannot wear a mask, especially if those guys are doing undercover work, just like the FBI. And, well, the CIA, they're not even in this on this, but you can't do it. Detectives that go undercover and stuff, you can't make them not cover their face. They can never do undercover work again. This is what you get with a Democrat corrupt party. This shit's got to stop. All right, let's get on with it. That's the first one out of here. Now we're going to get back into what I had planned. First off, this just came in not long ago. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem was transported to the D.C. hospital over an allergic reaction. And hopefully that they took care of that there. Transported to a local hospital in D.C. after suffering an allergic reaction. Trisha, who is it? DHS Secretary, Assistant Secretary Trisha McLaughlin confirmed hospitalization in a comment shared with her, stating that the secretary was alert and recovering from an allergy. It is not clear what caused the reaction. So, Okay, that's all. As long as she's okay, that's fine and dandy right there. The need to wear glasses with a big nose and a mustache. Yeah, I think that's what Newscomb needs to do. Or what'd you call them over there? Kumskin. Yeah, that's what they need to do. That was a good one there. Fixer, I'm Batman. I like that, Lee. Attempted poison. Yeah, you know what? This pisses me off to no end that these Democrats think they can just do what they want, protect these illegal criminals and everything, and nobody's supposed to say a damn word, right? Well, now we got Hillary Clinton utters contempt for troops under fire after attempting to mock Trump's military parade. This dumb bitch, they need to keep her out of the limelight. She is nothing. She is worse than nothing. She's a low-life scum on the bottom of my shoe. I wouldn't even bend over to scrape her off of it. Take a listen.
Hillary Clinton faces backlash for mocking Trump's military parade. Clinton's mockery of Trump's military parade sparks widespread social media criticism. Conservatives accuse Clinton of showing utter contempt for U.S. military. Critics highlight Clinton's weekend in the Hamptons during military celebration. Clinton's comments ignite debate on respect for military traditions. Follow us for the latest on political controversies.
I should have listened to all that. It didn't tell you much, did it? Clinton posted compared and contrast photos of Trump's military parade that was held on Washington, D.C. Constitution Avenue Saturday evening. Protesters nationwide held a No King's Day demonstration in response to Trump's parade and to denounce the Trump administration ongoing deportation raids to the left. They get their bullshit from these pathetic Democrats, and they think that it means something to us. It means nothing. It means less than nothing. What the Democrats say mean absolutely nothing. Here we go. We already have a No King's Day, Hillary. It's called July 4th, aka Independence Day, where we said that no to a monarchy. This dumb bitch, oh my God. Why is she not in prison? That is what's beyond me. What latex Biden mask? Yeah, that wear a Biden. Oh, yeah. That would be funny, Tammy. Protesters should wear garbage bags over their heads tied tightly. Exactly, Fixer. Tie that sucker tight so we can't see your faces real good. Go ahead, guys. All you liberals out there, grab one of them contractor bags because we can't see through that. Tighten that shit right up here. I'll tighten it for you. All right, guys, let's get into this one. This one is a disgusting, perverted thing, but it's coming to an end. 109 children rescued, 244 arrested in child exportation sting, FBI. And this comes out of Texas. Let's take a look at it. There it is.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child.
You know what? First, we're going to watch this one. This one comes from Lee and on Facebook. And he sent this to me. And I want you to see this one first before we go into CBS's bullshit. Take a look.
So why isn't anybody talking about the fact that today in Dallas, Texas, the FBI and police arrested 244 people in a child trafficking ring? You heard what I just said? In Dallas, Texas, they arrested 244 people that were child predators. And the best part about this whole thing is that they found 109 missing children. So apparently this trafficking ring has been going on for a very, very long time. But the FBI and the police are saying that this is only the beginning. They're about to start cracking down on each and every child predator. Now, of course, we know that media tries to keep these things very hush-hush because there's a lot of people involved in these things that they won't like to mention. But children go missing all over this world, all over the United States. And we need answers. And even though they found 109 children, they need to find 109 more. And after that, find 109 more. And they need to arrest more people for these crimes. And now you got to ask yourself, if they were able to find 109 kids that were missing and arrest 244 people that had something to do with this, how many more kids are missing? How many more people need to How many more people need to be arrested? Good job, but we need more answers. Pay attention.
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to show that to you first. Thank you for that one, Lee. And now we've got CBS. Take a look.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our J.D. Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say the sex offenders never actually meet their victims face to face, but instead use technology to coerce them into sending explicit images and videos. The head of the Dallas FBI office says the methods used are not just involving social media, but also online gaming systems.
So I think for many of us, I'll speak for my generation, we were raised to be concerned about faceless strangers that might try to contact us or cause us harm on the street. But we've moved past that. Again, predators have access to our children in our home through technology.
Authorities urge families to use parental controls on any devices kids use and be aware there are more faces like these still out there. In Dallas, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
And Mr. Fixer was reading my mind. I was just getting ready to ask you guys, did you notice the pictures of the pedophiles in that picture? All those 209 or whatever, 204. How many of those? And Fixer got it right off the bat before I could even ask it. How many of those look Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever it is? They weren't from this country. Oh, yeah. Did you notice that? And Fixer obviously noticed that. There was a lot of dark skins in there. And it's a good start, guys. But Lee said it right. It's a nationwide thing. It's a global thing. Where are the 300 and some thousand kids that they've already trafficked under the Biden administration? Where are they all? They haven't found nearly enough. They haven't even found nearly 50,000 of them. There's still 300 and some thousand left to find. Evil comes in all colors. That's right, Beerback Roads. And this stuff, should be the main focus right now. Of course, we got a lot going on overseas, which we'll get into that here in a little bit. But we got another corrupt judge happening, guys. So let's get into that real quick. Sand Canadians. Good one, Sean. Judge rules. Get this. Judge rules some NIH grants cuts illegal, saying that he'd never seen so much discrimination in 40 years. Really? And I got to tell you this, guys, because U.S. District Judge William Young in Massachusetts, go figure, said that the administration's process was arbitrary and capricious, and that it did not follow long-held government rules and standards when it abruptly canceled grants deemed to focus on gender identity or diversity, equity, inclusion. So we're sending billions of dollars to where was that at? For queer something in Iraq or something like that, and making transgender mice and faggot looking Sesame Street and wherever it was, and all that shit. And that's something we need to be doing. We need to be funding other people's queer nonsense, fake bullshit, and mental cases. This judge needs to go. Trying to say that it's racist and shit. It's discrimination. You son of a bitch. I'm just so sick and tired of these judges. It's unbelievable. Now let's get into a happier moment here, guys. Yeah, Blues Brothers was off the hook, man. If you never watched the Blues Brothers, go back. And that's what we're talking about over here in Wimpkin right now. Go back and watch the Blues Brothers, man. That was the show back in the day. Hillary didn't take Haiti for nothing. Oh, yeah. That's right, Lee. His mama is racist. That's for sure. His mama should have had an abortion. All right. What else we got going on here? All right, guys, we're going to get into this. Now, a decade of MAGA, how Trump's golden escalator ride changed America. Let me make sure I get this out here first. But let me show you this video here real quick.
June 16th, 2015. A golden escalator, a billionaire businessman turned reality TV host,
You're fired.
and a presidential run no one saw coming.
So help me God. We will make America great again.
It was right here on this very escalator 10 years ago, here in Trump Tower, where Donald Trump descended and changed American politics forever. It looked like a reality TV entrance, and in some ways it kind of was. Trump at that point coming off his 14th season hosting The Apprentice. He was met here by cheering supporters, some of whom said to be paid actors, all as the cameras rolled. He came off this escalator and launched into his very first campaign speech, accusing Mexico of flooding the United States with
Rapists, murderers, they're not sending their best.
part of an inflammatory speech that would signal what was coming. It was here where he first vowed to build a big, beautiful wall along the southern border.
Nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words.
Declaring the American dream dead unless, of course, he was elected to bring it back.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
Most pundits took his campaign announcement as a joke, some kind of vanity project, they said, something that would go nowhere.
Do you think he wants to be president for real? Is he really running?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that he actually wants to be president. Look what happens to people who become president.
Jeb Bush, remember him?
Please clap.
He was the front runner for the Republican nomination.
Oh, I know, you're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader.
On the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton, who was making multiple trips to the Hamptons that summer, notably none to Wisconsin, was thought to be the nominee in waiting, the primary itself a mere formality.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
But within months, Trump was dominating the Republican primary polls, and a year and a half later, he was inside the White House. A decade later, that escalator ride feels like ancient history. With Trump now in his second term, the impact of that moment right here a decade ago still playing out.
Now, I had a video, and I've been looking for it since I started that other one, of CNN, and I do not know what happened to it. Because CNN wanted to put their 2 cents in, and I kind of somehow lost it, and I cannot find where it went. Because they wanted to run their mouths, and they put all kind of dumb shit on there about him ruining this country, since he came down. Of course, it's going to come from CNN. And boy, I don't know what happened to it. And I know I had it because I watched the whole damn thing. But I want your opinion on what has went on for this country since he came down there. People have woke up. People have seen the truth now. We were all pretty much all blind to what was going on in D.C. He brought up the corruption and showed us the corruption in the Democrat Party. Pennsylvania put a nail in the coffin to both Hillary and Kamala. Exactly right. For other reasons, the morons thought it was too far gone and left. Yes. All right. But, I mean, we could probably go on forever and ever 10 years ago, this businessman, Donald Trump, and his wife, Melania, slowly descended down the escalator to Trump Tower in New York City, waving the crowd, and gathered in to hear his remarks. Nearby, Ivanka and everybody else was standing there. And in 10 years since now, Trump descended to the golden escalator, a novel political intrigue candidate. He was irrevocably changed the Republican Party and the country's politics with his unconventional approach to campaign and governing, in addition to blend social conservatism. Now he's like the most consequential president in modern history, Urban told the Washington Examiner. The Donald Trump that came down that escalator and the same Donald Trump today, same values, same love for America, same passion, to help American families and workers. But the thing that's changed in America is the people now believe him right. Now, we've all known that. Ronald Reagan, who's the biographer, Ronald Reagan's biographer, agreed that Trump will go down as one of the most rare leaders who bent history to his service. He has totally changed it, and it was a plus because we were just turning into a third world country, and we didn't even know it. And, of course, Trump is the only president that has faced the skepticism since day one, since he came down that escalator. I was calling Obama a Muslim when he was appointed senator. That's right, because he is not from here. But we watched Trump come down that escalator on the TVs and the bars, and everyone in generally mocking the entire episode, including the half-empty room and the very clunky press conference he had. Trump is much of the 80s and 90s was a frequent tabloid-appearing businessman who waded into reality TV as the most of The Apprentice to reignite his career after declaring bankruptcy multiple times. It happens to people all the time. And boy, I wish I would have found that. Damn, and I know I had it on here, and I just don't. Maybe I renamed it wrong or something, but we'll find it here eventually. So let me get rid of this one. But things have changed for the better. And when Trump was in their first office, what did we have? More money in our paychecks. The gas prices were as low as ever. Unemployment was up. People's pays were up. Taxes were low. Everything, inflation, everything was better under Trump on his first term. Then incoming the Democrats. Ruined everything. Caused inflation. Taxes to rise. Inflation to rise. Deficit to go through the roof. And they still believe, these stupid idiots believe, that Trump spent more money on the deficit than what Biden did. And I said, no, Biden doubled what Trump spent towards the deficit. And they don't understand that. Democrats went on a spending spree and caused the deficit to rise through the roof. That's why our inflation went through the roof and everything like that. And these people just don't understand that. But everything has been under the better. 10 years ago, when Trump came down, it changed everybody's lives. It woke some people up, and it caused the other ones to dirty in their diaper. And they're still doing it today. Exactly. Commies. That's right. Sorry, Shell. It's commies, not Democrats. And they are. They are just one party that wants to ruin this country. That's all they are. Look what I got too, guys. I got this in the mail today. I'm going to be giving out with the stickers. And this is mainly going to be for the ladies out there. But look at these little charms. You guys are going to love them for either a necklace or something. Look at that. Red, white, and blue right there. Look at that. Can you see that? I can't. My big ass fingers in the way. But you see that? Little charms for a necklace or a bracelet or something. There's all different kinds. The ladies are going to get this. Whoever wins, they're going to get one or two of them. I got a few of them. I'm not sure how many in there, but they're cute. So, yes, that's another thing I'm going to give away with the shirts. That's not even a drawing. That's just going to give it to like I do with the stickers and stuff. But if you guys have any comments on what has been better since Trump come down those escalators, let me know in chat so we can give out some more. I can only remember so much at a time. I watched Trump on Oprah in 91, and he's still the exact same, although He was a Democrat then. He didn't change. They did. Exactly right, Lee. That's exactly right. No, thanks, Shell. Let's keep going. We're going to keep looking here, guys. Give me what you guys can remember that has changed for the worst or for the better. Because, of course, the Democrats have been found out now. They've been shown how corrupt they are. And it's not only Democrats. It's some Republicans out there, too. So if you guys can remember stuff that's been better since then, 10 years ago is a long time. That's for sure. Oh, thanks, Tim. But a lot of stuff has changed, guys. And some of it for the better. Some of it not so good, but it's not going to. It's not going to please everyone all the time. But let's keep going here. What else we got going on? Oh, here it is. And I didn't get the video, but here's the 10 biggest ways Trump has changed our politics in 10 years. Now remember, this comes from CNN. The GOP's abandonment of Reagan's conservatism. Are you kidding me? This is like parroting Reagan's conservatism. The decline of truth. CNN of all people saying the decline of truth because they've been lying their ass off for how many years and now they've been caught. And they're saying because of Trump coming down that escalator, truth has declined. Are you kidding me? Truth has come out. And these dumb pieces of shit can't see it in the freaking CNN, the Clinton network. All right. The ever-present conspiracy theories. There is zero conspiracies out there right now because everything that they call a conspiracy theory has come true. So kiss my ass, CNN. And here's one they actually got right. The decline of Democrats. Let me have a second. That one, they hit the nail on the head. The decline of Democrats because it's come out and it's proven how corrupt and dirty they have been. Here's another one. The decline of legislating and consolidation of power. This is shrinking the government. A smaller government is what we need. The bigger the government, they are out of control, and you find the corruption and the waste of our money going in people's pockets when you got too big of a government. That's why it needs shrunk. And listen to this one. Another piece of shit CNN conspiracy. Let's go with that one for them. The rise of authoritarian-ish, this is their words, authoritarian-ish policies. There's not one policy that you can call an authoritarian in the Trump administration. Name one, CNN. The politicization. Oh, get this one. They saying this happened under the Trump administration. The politicization of institutions. Are you kidding me? These people are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. The politicization, the weaponization under the Biden administration. They don't want to mention that, right? The increasing role of fear. What? The Democrats have never been the most biggest party of violence in my life. Exactly, Jeff. It's not called the Clinton News Network for no reason. Right there, exactly right. Conspiracy theories, 23,538,494. I can't read that big of a number, Lee. MSM, none. Oh, yes, exactly right. All right. Who promotes the most fear in this country? The Democratic Party. Period. Simple as that. The fake news media. They're the ones that promote this stuff for them. And they want to try to sit there and say, we promote fear. The Republicans, oh my God. Oh, here, the yawning education gap. Oh, yeah. While the shift, Latinos and black men toward Trump was the big demographic story in 2024 election. Perhaps the most significant and durable demographic shift was the Trump era is education, because we want people educated. We don't go around like the Democrats do and say black people can't get IDs because they don't know where a Kinko's is at, or black people can't do math, reading, or arithmetic, or reading, writing, and arithmetic. So we're going to take those out of schools. Or black people don't know what a computer is. Wow. They forget all that stuff. You guys remember, I know you do. You remember all that stuff coming out of Democrat pissant mouths. But they forget that kind of stuff. And number 10, the immigrationization. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. The immigrationization. That's what they call it. I'm not lying. Of our politics. Hey, Cecil, what's happening, man? What else do they have? They have to push anything they can to try to make Trump out to be a bad guy. Exactly, Tammy. And that's what they're doing. This whole list of stuff, the only thing they got right was number 4, the decline of the Democrats. The Democrats brought this on themselves. Their lies, and it would be their conspiracy theories, have come true. Every one of them are conspiracy theories. They lied about everything. And these dumbass liberals, the sheep, believe everything, and they still do. That's the biggest problem in this country. All right, let's get off of that now. And what is this one? I got to see what this one is. The majority of truckloads. Okay. And we're getting into that. No, but I am going to let you listen to this thing. I want you to listen to what's been going on with some illegals. You know, I should save that for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to save that tomorrow because we're going to have some illegals, criminal stuff tomorrow. I got already in the books over there. So let's move on to Iran and Israel. Trump has been urging all of Tehran to evacuate and reiterates Iran can't go nuclear. Okay? So, is Washington preparing for war? Because the U.S. Air Force reportedly sends out 2 mysterious encrypted nuclear emergency codes, and nobody knows why. On June the 14th, a 246-character encrypted code blasted across the high-frequency global communication system, which they call HFGCS, the same system used to transmit emergency alerts to our nuclear-capable bombers, missiles, and subs. The very next day, on June the 15th, another code, this time clocking in nearly 290 characters, was broadcast. EAMS usually tops out at around 30 characters. These extended transmissions are, quite frankly, unprecedented, according to the Express. Emergency action messages are not casual communications. They are highly encrypted, time-sensitive directives used to convey nuclear launch orders. According to U.S. military doctrine, EAMS can initiate a major attack option or a limited attack option and are cryptographically secured to prevent interception or tampering. And they show the encrypted messaging and stuff. And you guys watched it if you've watched some of the submarine shows and incoming EMS, you know, and they get this for the type out and all those stuff. Yeah, it's all in code, so they have to crack the code and all that stuff, you know. But I did not see this on there before, but they did have a video. But are they preparing for war? What is going on? And that is something interesting to find out. So Trump said, though, he says, I have not reached out to Iran for peace talks. You know why? Because Trump says that the U.S. knows where the Ayatollah is at and where he's hiding, and urges Iran's unconditional surrender. Uh-oh, Jill. Hi, Jill. What's going on? Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Gio, I saw you, and I had to say hi. So we're going to keep going here. I think I got everybody. Safety meeting, yes. Didn't he go to college in America asking for a friend? Yeah. Troy, how do we know that? Are we supposed to know that? No, we're not supposed to know that. But all this stuff that's going on, guys, is building. They're talking about today. I watched the news when I got a chance to. The bunker busters, was that what it's called? I think it is. That could be coming because that's why those big B-52s were set out, because they're the only ones that can carry those loads. Because I think one bomb is like 30,000 pounds or something like that. But Trump also convenes Israel-Iran Situation Room meeting at the White House to weigh U.S. responses. He's not weighing out some of our responses to this. But if we don't have to, everything's going to be done by air. Israel said it killed Iran's senior-most military official, Major General Ali Soleimani, eliminated in central Tehran after holding post for just 4 days. Now, Trump breaks, and people are throwing a fit about this one, guys. Trump breaks from Gabbard on Iran nuke program. Her intelligence showed him that they were not building a nuclear weapon. Well, guess what? Iran themselves said they are this close to having a nuclear weapon. And they showed today, and I do not have that right now, but they showed today they could have a nuclear warhead missile in 5 days. And it went on to the part with 5 months, they could have 27 nuclear missiles. And she's sitting there telling them, and then now if this is true or not, but she's not saying anything about it. But she's saying because Trump broke away from her intelligence, because he has it in good authority, that they are having, and they do have it, because they told him himself. They've been airing it all on TV in Israel or in Iran. And they said within 5 months they can have 27 missiles. They were only 30% away. They only need 90% enriched uranium to make a nuclear warhead. This is a state-sponsored terrorism country. They will attack us with they won't even blink an eye. They'll go back and go to sleep, and they will not have a problem attacking us, guys. This is what people have to remember. But, of course, you got the idiot Democrats, because they let these people walk all over us. They're telling their people, oh, this is a lie, and it's all the same bullshit that we've heard over and over again. And this has got to stop, guys. Pager time. Oh, Lee. Oh, I hope I have that. You were hitting on that. And if you guys don't remember the pager time, this is what happened over in Israel and Hamas, where they switched out the pagers for bombs. Did you see that one where the guy got blown, his nuts got blown off, Lee? Did you guys see that? They switched out all their pagers and stuff and gave them new pagers. They didn't even know it came from Israel. Every one of them had them. The one dude was in a store, and his pager was like right in front by his zipper, and that sucker went off. Boom! And you saw it. And he went down like a brick. It was so funny. Yeah, nuts. Yeah, thank you, Beer Back Roads. But that was awesomely. But get this one, guys. After all this, and they have done Israel has done severe damage to Iran's nuclear program. But now Iran is crying to Trump about stopping this. But Iran state media issued a terrifying warning. This just came out not long ago about a surprise tonight, and it might be night there, it might be already the next day there, I'm not sure. But a surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries. Now, if this is all bullshit, I don't know. But this is what Iran state media has issued, this warning. And I could show you the clip that put it out, and they're showing two big-ass rockets and stuff, but it's all in Arabic. So none of us can read that. Or maybe some of you could. I can't. So I'm not going to show it to you. But this is their threat right now. They said this is going to be so big that the whole world will remember it. We'll see about that. But Trump slams Obama and Trudeau for pushing Russia out of the G8 summit. That's why it's a G7 summit now. Years ago, he said if they would have never done that, this war with Ukraine would have never happened. What do you guys think? I think Putin's a nutcase, and it would have happened anyways. I missed our fellowship before he overreacted. Brother Jeff was a good dude. He's with Jesus. Oh, sorry to hear that. All right, here we go. Let's get into China now. And we've all thought it. We've all heard it before. We know 2020 was rigged, right? And we keep telling it, oh, that's a conspiracy theory of ours. But guess what? FBI gives Congress intel on alleged Chinese plot to create fake mail-in ballots in 2020. But that's not all. A green group with ties to Chinese Communist Party of network influencing the U.S. policies. So we've got a group already in the country that has been working with the Chinese, the CCP, to fix our elections. And then 2020 was the main one that they were trying to fix. But guess what? The FBI asked spy agencies back in 2020 to destroy intel on alleged China plot to aid Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Have we all known this or what, guys? A memo turned over by the FBI Director Kash Patel to Senator Chuck Grassley details plot to use fake driver's license to swing the 2020 election in the Democrats' favor. A confidential human source told the FBI intelligence summer of 2020 that the China Communist government was shipping fake driver's license to the United States to manufacture tens of thousands of fraudulent mail-in votes for Joe Biden, according to raw intelligence report distributed, by federal agencies that were reviewed by Just the News. So we've all known it, guys. And remember, oh, it's a conspiracy theory when we say it, but when they say it, it's supposed to be fact, right? And it's all nothing but lies. And it's all coming out now because why? Too late. It's too late to do anything. 2020 was what, 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. So why not bring it out now? Why are these Democrats sitting there and telling everything about Joe Biden's brain deadness? Because it's too late. Nothing's going to happen. They're sure to hell not with these damn ass Republicans that we got in Judiciary Committee like Jim Jordan and Comer and all them. They're not doing a fucking thing except holding hearings. That's all they're doing. But China's getting away with more. But guess what? Trump is into this one. Trump administration looking into barring China from purchasing U.S. farmland. How much farmland? Well, let's take a look, shall we? There's your farmlands, guys. 383,935 total acres China owns in our country right now. You can see the states. You can see. I want to find out where the ones in PA are because I'm going to go visit those sumbitches. Because China shouldn't own a damn thing. They should immediately take them back by eminent domain. Because remember I told you about they're taking farmland on that 175-year-old farm off of a guy over eminent domain because he wouldn't sell it for $20 to $30 million. But it's okay that these Chinese own all this property. What are they doing with it? Where are all these 30,000 little Chinamen that come across our southern border? Where are they at? Are they on these property, on this land? And what are they doing there? Why are we not looking into this? CCP and Gates. They're all involved, Shell. You're right. Yes, Obama is a Kenyan. He should have even been president. But no, nothing you can do about it now. Huh, guys? I knew there was no way Biden won the election. Sad part is nothing will come of it. Exactly, Deb. And hi, Debbie. Didn't see you there. Sorry. We wouldn't be allowed to buy land in China. Exactly, Lee. So why is nothing being done about it? Nothing. And that is all the property they own. I know Arkansas was supposed to be taking back theirs. I don't know if Kristi Noem was taking back theirs in South Dakota before she becomes secretary or not. But every state, and of course, if you noticed in those, there was a lot of Democrat-run states, not Republican-run states, that they own property in. But if I could find out in Pennsylvania, I'd be going loaded with bear with every gun I had, and I would head over there to find out what the hell's going on those property that they own. Exactly, Debbie. Why are people selling land to Chinese traders? They're our enemies. And I guarantee they're probably posing as somebody else. Yes, you did sneak in, Deb. They're posing as somebody else, just the normal. They're probably saying they're American citizens, and they're not. She has peanut allergies. Oh, that's a good one, Beer Back Roads. Texas is number one. Texas, yeah. Texas has got a lot. South Dakota's got a lot of these land. If we could find out, and you guys do any research, try to find out where these properties are at. And let me know. See if any of them's near you or near me. I'm going to try to find out about the one in Pennsylvania and see if I can find anything out. And I'm going to take a road trip. Oh, you better believe it. If it's close enough, I'll go pick up Lee and we're going to go spot them out. How about that, Lee? We'll go and find these damn properties. Just wait until Zohan Mohammedani is installed as mayor. Did you see tomorrow night, guys? But did you see the Democrat mayoral candidate that was arrested today? I don't have that. I had that in for tomorrow. But yeah, he was trying to sneak an illegal criminal out of the courthouse. And he got his ass. And he was holding on to that sumbitch. They said they were locked armed. And they ripped him apart. And they handcuffed that sumbitch and took him to jail. Oh, yeah, another pathetic piece of shit Democrat trying to protect an illegal criminal and get him out away from ICE. They nabbed his ass, cuffed it. I will have a video on that tomorrow, guys, so make sure you tune in. It's going to be off the chain. Yes, sir. We're going to have another good show tomorrow. And I may or may not, if Vic's back and feeling good tomorrow, she's not supposed to come back. But if she does come back, I'll have it be regular time tomorrow. But if not, I'm gonna come in at 8 o'clock tomorrow again. That's about the soonest I can do it. I'd like to come in at 7, but then it just doesn't happen. Sometimes I don't make it back in enough time to catch Vic's at 7. So a lot of stuff to do during the summertime, guys. All right. What else we got here? EPA Administrator Zeldin announces proposal to repeal Biden administration climate rules regarding power plants. Let's kick them off. Let's to dump that shit and get our coal-powered stuff back to burning again. We need our coal stuff. All right, another one. Biden administration used January 6th, get this one, guys, to artificially inflate domestic terrorism threat so they could send the FBI to Catholics and everywhere like that to bust people for no reason, for not. Hey, Pat, what's happening, Pat? Look, everybody, it's Pat. Pat came in. What's happening? Squad on the China land and live stream. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be awesome, Jeff. I could pick up Lee and we could do that. And we could go in there and live stream right from the Chinese property. That would be freaking awesome. Lee, you in? Let's do this, man. All right. Yes, but they used this on a declassified intel. Tipping the scale, declassified analysis release shows the Biden administration used a Capitol riot to inflate the data about domestic terrorism threat facing the United States. They inflated everything. They inflated the lies. Man, that's really low. That's low tonight, Sean. Compared to last night, that's for sure. All right, that would be good. Let's find it. William B., what's happening, man? Yeah, because you're awesome, Pat. We don't get to see you very much. But anyways, yeah, we got to find that Chinese land. I'm going to do some research tomorrow if I get my stuff done. I have to go trim out a door upstairs. I got to put some trim around it. And I got a couple things to do. I got to put a sink in my son's place. So I do got a little bit of stuff to do. If I get a chance to research it, I will. All right. But yes, they inflate everything. They inflated their job numbers by millions. They didn't create a single job under the Biden administration in 4 years. Nobody created nothing. People went back to work from COVID, which is not creating jobs. That is people returning to work. And half the people didn't return to work, and they just ran out of benefits. That's why they were gone. All right, what else we got here? Oh, this is the one. Hundreds of CDLs sold for cash to illegal criminals. A CDL license. You know how hard it is? I used to drive a triaxle. They are not easy to drive. When I drive my fifth wheel, that's like driving a tractor trailer. I'm just as big, 14 foot high, and you have to know how to drive. And Gregory is not in here, but Gregory can tell you that driving a tractor trailer, an 18-wheeler, is not an easy gig. But listen to this.
I don't think anybody thought that we would be living in a world where we would be allowing a bunch of non-citizens to come in here and buy up trucking companies and bring in their drive. And so now that we've gotten to that point, we've got to protect our industry. This is a national security matter. The reason they protect the airlines, the reason they protect the railroads, the reason they protect the steam lines is for national security. We have a much bigger problem with national security when they take over our trucking route and our trucking companies, because they're driving those through our communities.
Look at they're driving nuclear bombs from one city to the next.
The two largest ports in the country right now are Laredo, Texas, where freight's coming from Mexico, and Los Angeles. Both of those ports, both of the largest ports in the country right now, the majority of the traffic is being hauled by non-citizens.
The majority?
That is a huge.
The majority.
The majority. I did an investigation where I requested by Freedom of Information all of the inspections for the trucks stopped in the state of Arkansas, destined for everywhere. I looked specifically at the state of California because that's where the Long Beach port is. And I don't have the number in front of me right now, but I want to say that the number was 87% of all of the traffic going to Long Beach was being controlled by carriers domiciled out of California, which are mostly non-domiciled CDLs. When I did the same thing, when I looked at the Laredo port, 94% of all the traffic going to the Laredo port was being managed by Mexican or Canadian CDLs.
Now you hear that, guys? This comes out of Florida. And Attorney General James Uthermeyer and Bay County Sheriff Tom Ford on Friday announced that the takedown of an illegal alien criminal driver's license scheme resulting in 8 arrests and $120,000 in cash seized. Ford said hundreds, if not thousands, of driver's licenses, both commercial and passenger, were fraudulently issued. Uthermeyer indicated this investigation has set off a statewide search for other bad actors. We already saw, and I don't know if I showed that video or not, of a tractor trailer plowing through cars. I think it killed somebody. And, of course, it was an illegal criminal driving that truck. And that's why Trump made it so you have to speak English to be able to drive a truck. That is 50,000 tons of freaking danger. If you got a load in there, and you can't stop on a dime with those things, especially if you're loaded with steel or something like that, you're not stopping those trucks. I have a load of coal in the triaxle. I wasn't stopping. I come onto the slurry dump, and man, that thing pushed me down a hill. You don't stop those things. They are a death trap when you are fully loaded. And of course, Gregory's not in here, so because Gregory could tell you better, because that's what he does. And Gregory's usually in Whipkin. But this is what's been going on, guys. Got a lot going on for tomorrow, too. Don't get it wrong. It's going to get crazy. But, all right, let's show a couple videos here before we sign off. What do we got here? Oh, we got a good one here. And then I think this one came from Renee and Facebook. They haven't been on for quite some time. But take a look at this. This is pretty good. This is Trump stars in MAGA.
And I think that now is all to MAGA time, to smack down thoughts and keep the left behind. I am the man who made the White House song. Oh, 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 oh. Well, I'm a MAGA man. MAGA man, calling on me 'cause I stand alone. And I think that now is all to MAGA time, to smack down thoughts and keep the left behind. I am the man who made the White House song. Oh, 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 oh. Well, I'm a MAGA man. MAGA man, calling on me 'cause I stand alone.
That's pretty cool right there. All right, let's go on here. We got Green Frog Labs put out just one not long ago. It's just minutes ago. I'd say more than like half hour ago or so. But check his little Dolly Parton out. I love me some Dolly. Take a listen.
Can I tell you a story, something fun that happened about that? Because once when I took them up there, we were in the restaurant, and so we were having our meal, and this old man came over to our table. And he sat down, and he was just talking to us, and we were all laughing. We didn't know him. And we just, we were all just kind of, and then so he left, and we finished. So I went up to pay the bill, and the man said, well, your grandpa left his bill here, too. I said, my grandpa? So that old man had come over and kind of scammed us. And so I said, well, that was not my grandpa, but I paid it, of course. So when we left, I walked down the street, and he was standing there at the light. And, we walked to the corner. And so I went over to him. I said, hey, I would have been happy, to have paid your bill. I said, but you tell him you're my grandpa. And he took his walking stick, and he started just beating me across the chest. I mean, just as hard as he could. Just wham, 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 wham. And it hurt.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. But
really? But then what happened?
What do you mean what happened? These two big lumps came up, and they never did go down. Gotcha!
That was funny right there. I didn't watch it all the way through. I just love Dolly Parton. Yeah, she's a singer, boy, that's for sure. All right, it's time for...
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like slip.
There's your another disaster factor tip of the day. Don't forget, guys, if you have any tips, throw them out there, and I will read them off. This is going to happen once a day. I've got enough for a whole month right now saved up. So every day I want to hear some new tips from you guys to help me get involved with the disaster factor tips of the day. All right, there's that one for tonight for me. Now, this one is from Johnny on X. I jumped this to the front of the line because I about fell off my chair when I watched this. This is our Bigfoot friend. Take a listen.
Just saw this Bambi's mom get hit by a truck, so I guess I'm the mom now.
Bambi kept headbutting my shins. I didn't plan for this to happen, but here we are, grieving and grilling. She's spicy.
Old Sasquatch got hungry right there. That was funny. Thank you for that, Johnny. That was hilarious right there. I couldn't help it. That was too funny. I loved me some venison right there, baby. You damn right. Here's another one from Johnny, and I threw this to the head of the line too. Check out these chihuahuas.
Clear left.
Kennel loaded. Earlier this morning, ICE agents raided several homes in this neighborhood, detaining at least a dozen chihuahuas. Community reaction has been mixed. I'm not saying they're all bad or that they deserve cages, but ever since the raid, the barking stopped. The neighborhood's been a lot quieter.
Tell me that wasn't great, guys. Oh, Shell, venison is off the hook. I love venison. I'm going to cook me some. I bought me some spaghetti sauce that I love, and I'm going to throw me some. I have deer chunks I canned. Throw those in there in a slow cooker. You let that cook all day long. Man, you got some meat that'll melt in your mouth. It's freaking awesome. Liberals are idiots. Dang, that's an understatement, Kurt. And hi, Kurt. All right. All right. That was too Johnny, thank you for that one too again. That was awesome. All right. We got one more here. We got plenty of time, huh? We got one from Lee. And we are at the find out part of, you know what, the FO, fucking around and find out, FA, and we're at the find out part. So take a listen.
Oh my God. Is that car okay? That's a big woman. She's built like a kitchen appliance. Look at her on the ground. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got hit by a car. You're playing in the middle of the street in front of a car, Karen. Good luck learning how to walk again. And what's up with these dorks? Who still wears these masks? We need to get the driver a GoFundMe so he can fix the ground effects on the front of his car. And also, we're done effing around. Now it's time for the find out part. You all about to start finding out all over the country.
And she found out, man. She was a speed bump. That was freaking funny as hell. I don't care who you are. Oh, my God. Lee has got a chihuahua named Pedro. You got to deport him, Lee. Sorry. You got to go. Kurt from the Bayou. Kurt from the Bayou is in the house, man. We got some Louisiana cooking right there going. Kurt said he's a meat packer, and I bet he does some good grilling down there, man. Oh, that would be awesome to come down there and get some real Louisiana cooking. All right. We got Green Frog Labs we had with that Dolly. Thank you for that one, Green Frog Labs. I got another one here, a little series, and it's called Flags. Take a look.
Listen here, you lovers of the things that tickle tonsils. Over this weekend, I've decided that I'm going to burn me a couple of different countries' flags on my land, starting with the Mexican flag. Then I'm going to move to the Venezuelan flag, a Salvadorian flag, Ukrainian flag, Palestinian flag, Russian flag. And if Canada don't get their fucking shit together, I'm going to burn their fucking flag too.
Isn't that awesome right there? That's freaking awesome right there. We're burning flags, man. Not our flag, but there. I'm not sure this next one it is. Day 43, it says. And it says without Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what this is, but if it should be funny. We'll find out together, won't we?
Boys, they fucking got me. Apparently I need a green card to vlog in this country. They said I'm getting shipped back to fucking Mexico. I'm not even from Mexico.
I kind of like this place.
I'm so fucking scared right now, guys. I think they think I drive a Hellcat. All right, boys. Fred just found a trail cam, and it's got footage of us. Bro, it's got flash on, too. We're so cooked.
Let's see what Forest Crimes got caught in 4K. Nah, they got Fred hitting the geek bar.
Find all kinds of goodies people left behind. Look at this. I can feel its power. I need to book a flight now. You guys, me and Yeti back at it again. We are going to be trying these honey pack things. The packaging says for endurance and to stay hard, whatever that means. You ready, bro? Yeah.
All right, moment of truth. Damn, this low-key tastes good. Did it work?
I don't feel anything.
Yeti couldn't handle that honey pack. He on demon time. He chasing on me, talking about he trying to take my cheeks. I can't even run because I'm super bricked up right now. Shit.
Okay, sorry, guys. Let's listen to this. Pat sent me this. It just came out. It says Virginia Guffey's Dead Man Switch released. I have been murdered. This is a real Epstein list. All right, guys, I'm going to set up presentation up here real quick. We're going to share screen and see what this is all about. Pat just sent this to me, so we're going to knock this out here with sound and share. Okay, let's get this up and running.
If you're watching this, it means they got me. My dead man switch activated automatically after I missed 2 scheduled check-ins. I had it set up months ago because I knew this day was coming. I did not die by accident. I was murdered to keep their secrets buried. My name is Virginia Louise Giuffre. I was one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. I survived Little St. James, but survival came at a price. I saw too much, knew too much, and now they've silenced me. But it's too late for them. They thought killing me would bury their secrets, but this video is going to a few organizations I trust, ones that have been exposing the truth for decades. You know who you are. It's your job to continue this fight. I was 16 when they reeled me in. I worked at Mar-a-Lago, folding towels, cleaning lockers. My father kept the tennis courts immaculate. We were just working folks trying to scrape by. Trump, he was around, but he was never the threat. The real predator was Ghislaine Maxwell, prim and proper, smiling, promising to teach me massage therapy at the Pink Mansion in Palm Beach. I had no idea I was being fed into a nightmare machine. Epstein's Island was hell disguised as paradise. You've heard some names linked to him, but those are just the sacrificial pawns. The real players, the ones they've protected at all costs, are still hiding in plain sight. I'll name 2 now. The first, a former U.S. president, Barack Obama. Publicly, he's revered. Privately, he was one of the worst. He wasn't there for the girls. He was there for the island boys. Young boys, trafficked and groomed. I saw him more times than I can count, always without his Secret Service detail, sometimes with his Hollywood friends, George Clooney and Tom Hanks. I still have nightmares about them, arrogant and drunk on power, slinking into the cabanas with kids barely out of childhood. The second, Bill Gates, the billionaire philanthropist, loved by the media, hailed as a savior. We called him the benefactor, and we used to dread seeing him naked. But he didn't come to party. He came to experiment. Genetic experiments, human experiments. I saw him inject a young girl with something they said was a genetic enhancement. She was younger than me, strapped to a table, terrified, treated like a lab rat while they muttered about seeding the future of the species. These men think they are gods, playing with life like it was theirs to own. I'm telling you now, Epstein isn't dead. They staged his death because he was too valuable. He held blackmail on some of the most powerful people on earth. Files, videos, confessions. They couldn't risk him talking, but they also couldn't risk him gone, so they hid him. Stashed him under the protection of the same elite who once paid him to supply them with flesh. And they thought killing me would stop this from coming out. They were wrong, and there is so much more to come. Hidden servers, encrypted drives, witness testimonies. It's all going to hit the light. This video is just the first detonation. The data drops are timed and automatic. They are going to people who can make a difference, and nobody can stop it now. Not even the law enforcement agencies in the US and UK, the same ones that buried the evidence I handed them, can stop this truth from getting out. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Don't let my death be just another headline. Burn their lies to the ground. Make the world see the monsters behind the masks. And to any survivors out there, don't give up. We're in this together. They can't kill us all. Make them pay.
Well, guys, I'm hoping that's real. I don't know. Thank you for that, Pat. That's pretty informative there. And when did that Epstein's not dead? I wouldn't put it past them there, Sean. When did that come out, Pat? I definitely haven't seen anything like that. And, you know, we leave Epstein has been quiet. Everything about Epstein has been gone quiet. And we don't hear anything about it anymore. As soon as Trump got in, it was all, we're going to release it all. We're going to release it all. We're going to release everything. And they released the same shit that we've saw before. We don't know, but seems legit. It seems like it, but with AI anymore, I don't know what to believe. So I'm going to get Pat I got to give a few seconds because we're like 15, 20 seconds delay on certain platforms. So freaking Rumble keeps stopping over there. Hi, Rumble. Everyone in Rumble, say hi. What's going on? And everything about Epstein has went quiet. It said just released. Bongino is compromised. He's a liar and protecting the perpetrators. I think that everybody does lie a lot. But why? I want to know why, what they would have on somebody so bad they would cover up for these pedophiles and these poor children. Hold on a second. The poor children that were abused and who knows, could have been killed, used for, like you said, experiments by Bill Gates and pawns and what they've done to these people, these kids. And this is just no more than rape, this pedophilia. What could that be? What could they have on so many people that they would keep this shit quiet? I just don't buy it. Something else is going on, guys. And we're going to keep an eye on this. If this just happened with her, but I appreciate you sending that to me, Pat. That was freaking, well, we pretty much knew it. I don't have X, so I can't see the comments. Let me go back to it. Let me look at some of the comments that people are saying. Let me bring it back over here. Oops, get out. Prove this isn't AI. Yikes, POTUS and Mr. Microsoft. You are feck and gray bastard Bob, Pastor Bob. And it looks like that's all. Oh, where's the rest of them? It's not showing me all the comments, but that's the ones that they are showing me. And it doesn't give you to watch this either. So, what's that one? Breaking news. Oh, that's secretary thing. I clicked on that Pastor Bob's page to see what, if there was anything when it would have come out, but I'm not seeing anything on his page. So we definitely take things with a grain of salt right off the bat. We make sure we get some information and see it. I'm not seeing it, and I'm back 7 hours now. Oh, there it is. So that was 7 hours ago that Pastor Bob Joyce released this on X. Now, I don't know how to bring up all the comments about this thing at all. So the past comments I can't see. I don't know how I would see those. I can't ever figure this out with them. Replies, maybe. I don't know. Let me go back down here. Show more replies. Let's see. Show more. Here we go. We're going to get some more. Where did they learn how to spell? My favorite part of the internet is when people attempt to insult the intelligence of someone, yet they miss the joke. Mimi point just come off looking like an out-of-touch retard. Oh, I don't care if I missed an inside joke. Funny part is that the internet, when you don't explain to someone the inside joke's trying to insult them. Someone's got daddy issues. Geez, looks the way to me. Preble Jefferson can 5 seconds in the future. Looks to me like this is supposedly fake, according to some of these things. But we won't know until we look into it. So we'll have to look into that later and see what's coming up. We played a Bongino rule, and we watch it since this has been out supposedly only 7 hours. We take our time, just like the Elon Musk and Trump feud. You see how fast that went away? That's why we do it. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been great. We've had an awesome time. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Don't forget your kids, friends, family, everyone to tune in, guys, because it's going to be a fun night. I'm not sure, but I think Vic had that on her show. That girl died a few weeks ago, said that she committed suicide. I don't remember, Tammy. That you might be right. But that guy, that Pastor Bob guy, he just posted that 7 hours ago, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's something that, I don't know. We're going to have to look into that and wait for an outcome. So given the circumstances, the whole aspect of the Iran situation, have I been off thus far? No, and there you are, Gregory. Hi, Gregory. Yeah, that's right. She was set to testify. And I do remember that now, Tammy, that you said that. But there's Gregory, guys. And, yeah, we went all through all that. We were talking about illegals getting CDL license. How heavy is your truck when it's loaded, Gregory? Before I sign off, guys, we're going to get that. I wanted to get that information. Gregory, how heavy is your truck when you're loaded, taking a load somewhere? How heavy is that sucker? And then I'm going to sign off. As soon as he gives me an answer, I'm going to sign off, guys. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't start coughing after talking about the Clintons. We don't want you to be... Yeah, exactly, Calico Crazy. But I appreciate it. I hope you guys tune in tomorrow. If Vic comes back, I will be on at 9. If she doesn't come back tomorrow, I will be on at 8. Thanks, William. 80,000 pounds. Is that 80? Yeah, 80,000 pounds top weight. So that makes sense right there. There you go, guys. That's a walking, talking bomb. You cannot stop those trucks when they're loaded down. My fifth wheel is not that heavy. My fifth wheel is 14,000 pounds, so it's not that heavy. But you cannot stop those things at 500 feet. They're hard to stop when you're going down the road 70, 75 mile an hour, whatever the speed limit is where you live. So these illegal criminals should not have a CDL license. Illegal, they should not be driving the trucks. But once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Guys, it's going to be a great show. I just got it started, so I don't know exactly what I'm going through tomorrow, but we are going to have stuff on the illegal criminals again. So make sure you tune in. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. As we close out tonight's show, remember this. The fight for truth isn't a spectator sport. It's a call to action, a relentless pursuit of what's right, and a silent promise to our children's future. We've seen the darkness, but we've also seen the light of patriots rising, filled with an unknowing desire for justice. Don't let anyone tell you your voice doesn't matter. Don't let them silence the truth, and don't ever forget what's at stake. So join me tomorrow night, same time, same place, for another fiery episode of The Conservative Viewpoint, where we'll continue to expose the shadows and champion the light. So until then, stay vigilant, stay strong, and God bless. I'll see you back here live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, 8 p.m. Hopefully, if Rebel Chicks are back, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, she'll take it easy for a little while so she don't get all worked up. Gotta love her. We don't want her going anywhere on us. So until then, guys, like always, have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you back here live tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Oops.